Hello, everyone. I'd like to continue with the narration of the next chapter. That's chapter 4 from my manuscript, The Real Beauty and the Beast. Life is not a fairy tale. So, here goes the chapter 4, titled Sunday or Sunday. Today is a lazy day for all of us at home as it is a Sunday. However, I'm not sure if this Sunday will turn out to be a Sunday or a Sunday, a fun day just like Sunday ice cream for both Maya's and my family. While this thought crosses my mind, I hear Maya screaming at the top of her voice. I can't take it anymore. I've told you so many times, please don't maintain a friendship with Vinod. He's going to ruin our life with his wrong advice. You never listen to me and end up in all sorts of issue, not only for yourself but also for the family. See what I found today while putting your trousers for washing. I'm sure you have picked up this new habit because of him. Sandeep, swear on me that you will never consume this again. I care for you. I also hear her cry. I wonder if Sandeep is the beast of the story or if I am slowly seeing a beast in the beauty. A beauty transforming into beast while trying to destroy the beast in Sandeep. My script is glad to find a name for the so-called beast without much effort from my side. Both husband and wife have not realized that they are being loud and the curtains of their house are not drawn. Anyone can witness this without their knowledge. For a moment, I step out of the house and close the windows of my home so that my family does not have their Sunday spoiled. At the same time, I want Maya to be fine, as she is the central character of my story and more than that, a human. Today, I see her in command and I am much more at peace. I see her roar like a lion at something that is not going right in her life. The writer in me is too inquisitive to resist getting into the details. So unwillingly, I open the window to watch the next scene. Maya's husband is hugging her and also promising that he will go down the right path and never continue his friendship with Vinod. An assured Maya smiles and their little one enters the room inquiring about breakfast plans. In a few minutes, I see a happy family step out of their house. It looks like another fun day for the family after their usual drama, which I would not like to call an argument anymore. Amidst all this chaos, another disturbance is going to shake my life soon. Like it said, troubles are like uninvited guests and can show up anytime and anywhere. My husband's phone rings and he says, "When am I supposed to leave?" After a pause, he says, "Tomorrow morning." "And for how long is the assignment?" He hangs up the phone and is clearly thrilled. He looks at me and smiles and says, "Guess what? I've got my dream project to work on and I'm going away for a year to complete it. The only sad thing is I won't be able to meet you weekly. This probably is our last Sunday meetup for a year." I'm quite happy for my husband, but at the same time, wondering how I would stay away from him for a year without our weekly meetups. My son also has a surprise in store for us. He adds, "Not only you, I also have a surprise for the two of you. I've got an internship with the company. I applied for it. I applied, sorry. I have got an internship with the company I applied to long ago. The job requires me to work even over the weekends, so I'm going to be away for a year. If I do a good job, then I will be inducted into my dream company." I'm happy for both of them, but being alone for a year without the opportunity to meet my family, even on weekends, is haunting me. Anyway, we've decided to celebrate the good news and plan a whole day out. The writer in me does not want to budge from home so that I can stay close to the character of the story. But the wife and mother in me wants to enjoy every moment of the Sunday with the family. I'm just hoping I can balance my work and family, at least for today. We all get ready to enjoy our Sunday, starting with the breakfast. As we drive down, I see Maya's car parked at a restaurant. I insist on having breakfast at the same place. My family, unaware of my plan, agrees to my request. As I step into the restaurant, I see a happy Maya with her husband and child enjoying the meal. We also place our food order and both families enjoy their meals. As both family step out of the restaurant, Maya looks at me with unfamiliarity, but I look at her as if I know her for ages, even though I've known her for the past 3 days as the character of my story. Whether it's a coincidence or not, I happen to meet Maya and her family everywhere I go. Sometimes I wonder if it is really a coincidence or if the writer in me, wanting to stay close to her character, is simply visualizing these scenes in her mind. I am not going to comment on that now and would like the suspense element of the story to continue. Both families are back in their respective houses. My husband and son are packing their luggage as they will be leaving tomorrow morning. Both of them are going to be away for a year, and this thought disturbs me. But I try to wear a smile on my gloomy face and then emotionally in their exciting journey. That night, I begin to wonder, how am I going to deal with living alone for a year? Will being alone lead to loneliness in me? How do I deal with the situation in my life? How do I turn this adversity into an opportunity? Just then, the writer in me says, I am with you. We have the script to finish together. You as a person and me as a writer. You're not alone. I am with you. This thought encourages me and brings new life to me. We can always motivate ourselves and be our own companions through that one aspect of life we love the most. Then you will never feel alone, and loneliness will never be able to make a room in your heart and mind. As I'm thinking more about this, my phone rings. It's a call from my senior at the office. The call is about a new employee, Saumya Sundararajan, joining us tomorrow. She'll be staying in the company guest house for a week. My senior requests that I help her find accommodation. I willingly agree, thinking I might find a companion for myself during the year I'll be away from my family. However, I need to get to know her better before making that offer. So, with the challenge of getting to know both Maya and Saumya Sundararajan, I wrap up my day with mixed feelings, sadness over being away from my family and happiness for my husband and my son's achievements. The next morning, as I bid goodbye to both of them, I see a new person with tons of luggage in a truck trying to help workers unload it. He also has a baseball in his hand. He seems to be a music lover too, as I see him enjoying the music and singing along. He must be around 25 to 26-year-old, a young handsome man full of life. He looks at me and smiles. He's not an Indian. He quickly walks up to me and introduces himself. He is a student and an ethical hacker from the United States and is here on an assignment. We quickly exchange a bye and my thoughts again transitions to Maya and her family. It looks like it's a normal day for Maya as I see the first day scene repeat itself as mentioned in chapter 1. I also get ready to go to the office to meet the new employee. I'm not sure if the new baseball player Richard and the new employee Saumya Sundararajan are going to be a part of this script, or if some chemistry will develop between the two new characters in my story. At the office, I meet this beautiful young lady who must be around 40-year-old. I've never seen her before. She has a sharp nose, broad forehead, and clear complexion, and every feature on her face seems so perfect that she symbolizes beauty. My senior introduces me to her. She is Saumya Sundararajan. I'm not sure if her external beauty will match her inner beauty. I'm going to deep dive and study her for a week just to find out if she can be a new entry to my home and also see if I can find a friend in her besides being a colleague. So, all excited for the coming week, I wrap up this chapter here. Are you excited to read the story further and know where it will lead to? Then stay tuned for the chapters ahead. That's all for the day, and thanks for watching and thanks for your time.